Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week, I'm going to be breaking down UFC Vegas 62, Araujo versus Grasso. It's a pretty decent fight card, actually. There's a couple fights on it I want to see. You got Askarov versus Brandon Royval. It's like a title contender type fight. Just a lot of good fights on this card. Some good betting spots already. I'm going to have a couple more. I got 3 bets so far, but I'll probably end up with 5 or 6. We're going to do a quick recap of UFC Vegas 61, and then we'll get right into these UFC Vegas 62 fights. But I do have a couple things to go over before that. But UFC Vegas 61, I went 3-2 on my bets for plus 0.85 units. Not the biggest winning week, you know what I mean? But it's still a winning week. My 3 winning bets, I did Chelsea Chandler under 2.5 rounds. I won plus 2.05 units on that. It was plus 145. And I love that bet, man. I didn't see that fight going 2.5 rounds at all. Either way, both them girls were very aggressive. Second winning bet, I did Jesse Bronson under 2.5 rounds. I got plus 1.5 units on that. And, them dudes were throwing pretty big shots. At least Silva was from the beginning. Luckily got him out of there in that second round. My third winning bet was Alexei Oleinik over 1.5 rounds, and that was super easy. I mean, them dudes didn't want to really even fight at all in that fight. It was kind of terrible. My 2 losing bets, I had Mackenzie Dern under 3.5 rounds. Man, she was super close there in that second round and even in the third round, but just couldn't pull it off, man. Yan showed some really good defensive jiu-jitsu, and she showed she's improved on the ground a little bit. She was at least able to survive, so props to her. And I lost 2 units on that. And then my second losing bet was Christoph Jocko. I lost 2.2 units on him. And yeah, man, sheesh, dude, he just got beat up. I mean, it was like quick. He didn't really fight them hands good, and Brennan Allen just locked in that rear naked choke. It was nice, and for him, not for me. But yeah, man. So 3-2 plus 0.85 units. You know, my units are $100, so I won $85. I'll take it. That brings my official bet record to 150 and 108 for plus 51.9 units. Like I said, my units are $100, so I'm up 5,190. I'm gonna keep adding to that. My year just went up about 2 weeks ago, so I was up about 51 units on that first year of my betting, and I'm gonna go until either December. What do you guys think I should do? Reset it in December and start a new one, or should I just keep it going for my little bet career for a while? Because I want to try to get this thing up to like $50,000 over the next 2 years. So we'll see. But let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, that also brings me to 5 winning weeks in a row, and I've won 8 out of 9 weeks. So that's pretty good, man. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna get on to week 6. Like I said, I'm gonna try to push this up to a 10-week winning streak, and then 20. Sounds crazy, but I want to do it, man. Making smart bets is possible to get this done. So before we get into these UFC Vegas 62 bets, if you haven't already, man, please take the time to like right now. Like this video, subscribe to me, throw me a comment. It'll help with my algorithm. It'll help with everything. I'm finally over my 1,000 subscribers. So I guess I'm monetized, and maybe we'll get something for some ads or something. So I appreciate everybody that's always supported me, and keep supporting until to get me up to this 1,000 subscribers. But check me out on Instagram and Twitter too at Blood Money MMA Bets. Wednesday, me and Johnny K Picks are going to do our live show on my channel, and we'll be going over this UFC Vegas 62 card. And as you know, we talk about everything over there. Next thing, this week, I'm going to do another contest. I'm going to be giving away a shirt on our live show on Wednesday. But this week, the contest on my page is for a Royce Gracie autograph card. Okay, super nice card. I love Royce Gracie. I believe everybody else does too. So yeah, man, up this week is this Royce Gracie autograph card. Same rules. Drop me your best 3-fight parlay. Drop the odds with it. Put it on this video, not my official bets or anything else. Put it on this video, and then if there is a tie, which not many people has been hitting a 3-fight parlay, it's hard. That's kind of why I do it like that. But if there's a tie, whoever put it first will win. So yeah, Royce Gracie autograph this week. That's super awesome. And then also I'm going to add something new. This Friday, I'll be dropping my official bets video, and I'm going to drop it as its own video so I can have it separate from my other videos, so that it's for basically tracking my bets. But I'm going to do a live video like after the weigh-ins and just talk about anything I've seen on there, and anything, if any fights got canceled, any news, and I'll just go over stuff and talk with people. So I'm going to do that Friday night at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'll put it out Thursday night. I'll put out a little flyer on my Instagram and on YouTube. But look out for that and just come hang out and talk with me, and we'll go over some stuff, talk about pretty much anything MMA. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into this. As you guys know, my fight card's always out of order because I do these. I write this down and do my tape way early, so they're going to be a little bit out of order. And this week, I'm going to try something new. We're going to do this with the Tapology background in the back. So we're going to go to this, and we're going to do it with the Tapology background in the back. Somebody said, a couple people said they wanted to see it like this, so let's try it. First fight for UFC Vegas 62 on my list is Dusko Todorovic versus Jordan Wright. Dusko is 11-3. He's currently sitting at minus 210. Jordan Wright is 12-3. He's currently sitting at plus 165. And as everybody, I think everybody knows, man, this is going to be a crazy fight. Both these two are crazy finishers. We got Dusko Todorovic, man. This guy's got really good kickboxing. He's got good striking. You know, he's got power in both hands. He likes to throw really wild, powerful hooks. Pretty good clinch with knees and takedowns. Throws all hooks, uppercuts, and overhands, man. This guy really does not use a jab. But still, though, he throws with power. He's got pretty good double leg and body lock takedowns. You've seen it in the Daquan Townsend fight. You've seen it in his Maki Pitolo fight. When he gets his wrestling going, he's really, really good, man. Got really good ground and pound. He's got really good top control BJJ. Good cardio, good toughness. He's just had a lot of good tough fights in his UFC career so far. Gregory Rodriguez. He had his fight with Chidi and Jokuanu. He's had some tough fights, but the dude's very, very hittable, man. He's bad when he's getting backed up against the cage with his hands down. That's when it gets a little risky for him. And he's got bad KO loss 5 months ago with that giant elbow from Chidi. So, you know, he's definitely susceptible to elbows and knees and the clinch. But he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Jordan Wright, though, on the other hand, I mean, you know this guy, the Beverly Hills Ninja. He's got very explosive, powerful striking. He throws powerful body kicks. He throws powerful leg kicks. Really nice elbows and knees in the clinch. And he's got 12 finishes with 11 finishes in the first round. The dude he's kill or be killed, you know, and it's usually in the UFC, it's been getting killed. But he's got good punches, good leg kicks, very explosive. Like I said, he's got good elbows. You've seen when Jamie Pickett shot in on him against the cage, he was able to hit him with crazy elbows. And hurt him bad. He was able to hurt Ike Villanueva with a spinning wheelhouse kick. Man, the dude's got a lot of tricks, but he's very chinny. He doesn't use any defense. His defense is his offense. He's usually coming forward with strikes, or even when his opponent strikes, he likes to counter that with a strike. But he's usually getting hit when he's doing it. And he seems like if he doesn't win in the first 2 minutes, he's really not going to win. So in this fight, I'm going to take Dusko by ground and pound. As long as he stays safe, I think he's going to use the wrestling, like I said, like he did against Townsend and Pitolo. And I think he'll be able to land some takedowns and ground and pound Jordan Wright out of there in the first round. But he's definitely got to be careful, man, because Jordan Wright's no joke as far as in that first round, throwing crazy power punches. So he's definitely got to watch out for that. But yeah, I don't have no bets on this. I do like the under, like everybody else is looking at, but I don't think I'm gonna end up getting a bet on that. Next fight is in the men's middleweight division, 185. We got Nick Maximov versus Jacob Malkoun. Nick Maximov is 8-1, currently sitting at minus 150. Jacob Malkoun is 6-2, currently sitting at plus 120. And this is going to be a grappler's delight, man. A wrestler and grappler's delight. This fight should be all over the place with crazy scrambles, man. Nick Maximov has excellent, relentless chain wrestling. You've seen against Punahele Soriano. You've seen in a couple of his fights, man. He's just got chain wrestling, one takedown after the other. He did it with Cody Brundage a little bit. Really nice control BJJ. He really doesn't get that many submissions, but he does have nice control BJJ. He's got nice clinch against the cage with takedowns and knees. He seems to be big and really strong for the division. He's actually going to have a 4-inch height advantage here. As you see, he's 6 foot where Malkoun's only 5'9". So he's going to have a 4-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. He has really nice timing on his single and double leg takedowns. He'll act like he's going to strike with you, you know, and just duck under, grab single leg and just see what he can do with it. In most of his fights, it looks like he's just holding on for dear life until he can get a better position, which he does, which is pretty cool. Pretty good what he does. Pretty decent ground and pound when he gets on top with volume. He was able to hit Brundage and Soriano with a little bit of that. And he's got excellent cardio, meanness, and toughness, obviously being a Diaz fighter, being out of the 209. What I noticed though is even with the in his Petrosky fight, he seems to be kind of slow. Like Petrosky was able to hit the switch on him and just get around to the back and choke him out, hit him with that Darce pretty quick, man. It just seemed like Maximov was bigger but just slower. His striking's improving fight to fight, but it's still a little flawed. He's not really, he doesn't really have the best striking yet. He leaves himself open for subs as you've seen, because he kind of puts himself into them positions and then gets out. He did it with Brundage a couple times and was able to get out, but you seen in his last fight with Petrosky, he wasn't able to. But he's kind of got a slower grappling fighting style. It's not really the most attractive style. Jacob Malkoun, pretty much the same thing, man. Excellent wrestling and pressure. Extremely good single leg and single leg trips, man. He gets onto that single leg and he uses his angles perfectly to trip you down, or just uses angles to single leg you down. Excellent BJJ and scrambling. Decent jab and overhand right. He's actually got some professional boxing experience. Excellent chain wrestling and grappling. Phenomenal gas tank pace and pressure. Very physically strong. He's Rob Whitaker's wrestling coach and one of his main training partners. And as you've seen, Rob Whitaker just fought, maybe about a month ago, and he looked really good. So I think Malkoun's going to look good here. His striking's improving, but just like Maximov, is still a little flawed, but it's decent striking. It's not like he doesn't have any striking at all. I think he has a little bit better striking here, to be honest. He doesn't do much damage on the ground. He's really more about control. He tries to go for subs and stuff, but not too much damage, more just control. And the only other thing, like, he's shown a good chin, but he was caught really bad by Phil Hawes. But I think he still has a good chin. Man, in this fight, I'm taking Jacob Malkoun. I actually think that Malkoun's going to have the better wrestling. He showed against Brendan Allen that he has really good wrestling, and he has really good BJJ too, offensive and defensive. I thought he won that fight against Brendan Allen, and I think Brendan Allen's jiu-jitsu, maybe not wrestling, but maybe wrestling too. But wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I think he's better than Nick Maximov. So I think that Jacob Malkoun, as a pretty big underdog here, has a really good chance to win this fight. I think it's going to go back and forth, but I think Malkoun has the better wrestling, honestly, to stay on top and be the guy on top scoring the points. So give me Jacob Malkoun. I'm going to take him by decision. I do have 1.85 units on him to win 2.5 units. That's him at plus 135. And I love him as an underdog, man. This kid is really good. And I plan this. I think this fight's going to play out pretty close. So why not take the guy that's plus 135, getting them pretty nice underdog line. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Raphael Assuncao versus Victor Henry. Raphael Assuncao is 27-9, currently sitting at plus 260. Victor Henry's 22-5, currently sitting at minus 360. Raphael Assuncao, man, you know him. If you watch fighting, you've seen him. He's 40 years old now, so he's been fighting for a long time. You can see him fighting a couple different organizations. He's got nice, clean boxing, man. He's got really good BJJ. He's got pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling. He's got decent power on his punches, pretty tight, crisp boxing, pretty technical, and usually is very tough and durable. But later in his career, now he's getting touched and getting hurt by people like Ricky Simone. He's just had a couple bad knockouts. Cody Garbrandt hit him with that really crazy knockout. So, yeah, man, it just hasn't been looking good for him. He's a little bit slower, and his reflexes haven't looked as good at 40. He's got 4 fights in almost 4 years, and 3 of them are lost by KO. His reflexes seem to be gone. He's very low output at times, even when he was in his prime, and he's like no real threat to finish. He's gone to decision a lot lately, unless he's getting finished. So, yeah, man, they're not the UFC ain't trying to build up a Assuncao here. They're trying to build up Victor Henry, definitely. And Victor Henry, man, I like this kid. You've seen him. If you've seen him fight Barcelos, then you've seen he's really good. But if you watched any of his regional stuff, say you did tape for that Barcelos fight, you would see this kid's really good. Well, guy, he's 35. He's really good. You've seen his fight with Kyler Phillips. He got the win there, and it was a really good, close fight. And I'm really high on Kyler Phillips, so I think that he's going to have a nice career here in the UFC. Even at 35, he still looks good. Really nice kickboxing style. Really fast with good movements and feints. He has a really nice boxing with his straight punches. You've seen he was hurt in Barcelos, man. His punches are just straight. He comes like a whirlwind. Nice body kicks with push kicks and front kicks. Both legs are always touching the opponent in some way. Body kicks, leg kicks, man, head kicks. He's just throwing some. Really good offensive and defensive wrestling and grappling. You've seen with Barcelos, who was a savage, that Victor Henry was able to hang with him and actually do really good, stop all takedowns. I can't remember if he got a takedown of his own or not, but Yeah, man, very solid chin, never been finished in 27 fights. Excellent pace, cardio, and the dude is a junkyard dog. You seen with Barcelos, some dudes were going back and forth. He came in on short notice, fought one of the best guys in the world, and got the win, man. Just a junkyard dog. I really didn't see anything bad about his game. Great chin, great everything everywhere. I'm taking Victor Henry. I'm going to take him by TKO because of the shots that he was hurting Barcelos with, to me, are going to be enough to put Assuncao after, the 3 bad KOs he's had in the last couple of years. So give me Victor Henry by TKO, and I plan on betting him. I plan on putting him in something. I really do like him. I don't see a way that he loses, man. So yeah, man, we're definitely going to throw him in some type of bet. Next fight is going to be Mike Jackson versus Pete Rodriguez, man. Mike Jackson is 1-1, currently sitting at plus 150 or plus 450. Pete Rodriguez is 4-1, currently sitting at minus 715. And this is just like kind of a low level fight, 1-1 versus 4-1. Both of them have very little UFC experience. Neither one has really good UFC experience. Mike Jackson, man, pretty good boxing, decent takedown defense. I was watching his other fights, except against Mickey Gall, but Mickey Gall is on another level than Pete Rodriguez even. Decent check left hook. He's got pretty good counter punching. He was actually hitting that Dean dude his last fight with a couple counter punches before he got, the trifecta of like hitting the balls, eye gouged, and something else. He had all 3 of them. But yeah, man, he's just, very hittable. CM Punk was even actually getting off on him, hitting him with some nice shots. He's 40 years old. He really only boxes, and he's a very low-level fighter. Pete Rodriguez, man, this dude, really nice boxing with power. It's like pretty good boxing with power. It's not like nothing special. Really nice right hand. Good at switching stances and still having good boxing. Decent leg kicks, excellent power in hands. All 4 wins are in the first round. Even in his amateurs, he was knocking everybody out in the first round. So he's really a first round finisher, but he's fought the lowest level of competition you'll ever see. If you go look at all of the fights of the people he's beat, none of them are really good. Really small for welterweight. He's going to be at a 5-inch height disadvantage here, and he's going to be at a 1-inch reach disadvantage. I'm staying far away from this fight. I'm going to take Pete Rodriguez by second round TKO, but yeah, man, I don't know. I could also see Mike Jackson winning this fight because Pete Rodriguez doesn't look that really all that great to me. Not does Mike Jackson either. I mean, obviously I'm taking Pete Rodriguez, but I'm staying far away from it. I see people liking the under, and I like that too. I think that people should be able to hit on that, but I don't have any bet on this fight. It's so low level, man. You never know. This could end up being some kind of weird wrestling match between 2 strikers burning off the clock. So I'm just going to end up staying away from it. Next fight is in the men's bantamweight division. We got Mana Martinez versus Brandon Davis. Mana Martinez is 9-3, currently sitting at minus 160. Brandon Davis is 14-9, currently sitting at plus 125. And Mana Martinez, man, I looked at this kid. I looked at his fights pre-UFC and in the UFC, and he's decent. He's good. I feel like he's had some tough fights for his style, but he's got nice boxing with power. Power in both hands with a nice left hook, nice powerful leg, body, and head kicks. He has really powerful leg and body kicks for sure, man. Nice. He does nice body work with his kicks and his punches throughout the fight. I really like that. I always like when a guy works the body like that. Nice striking from either stance. Pretty good get up game. Very tough and really good cardio. Like super tough. You've seen him take some big shots against Ronnie Lawrence. You've seen him take big shots against Guido Canetti. He's kind of easy to take down. That's the only thing I really don't like about his game is he's kind of easy to take down. He kind of gets dropped easy. I mean, Lawrence dropped him 3 times. Guido Canetti was really taking off on him. He can be hittable, but he's pretty well-rounded fighter. He just needs to get that takedown defense squared up. He needs to get that figured out for sure. Brandon Davis, man, he's got really nice leg kicks, calf kicks. I really like his leg and calf kicks. I watched some of his other Ko Young Kang and a couple of his other fights, even Giga Chikadze, man, throw some really nice leg kicks, really powerful calf kicks. Nice BJJ and scrambles on the ground. He's got pretty good boxing with decent combos. Very good at mixing up his punches and his kicks because he's like a volume striker, you know what I mean? So he's always throwing something, but he just doesn't throw with the most power, but he's really good at hitting you, just hitting you, touching you, constantly touching you. Very tough, very aggressive, usually very durable. I know he got knocked out in his last fight against Dana, but that was his first time getting knocked out in his pro career. So he can be taken down. He doesn't seem to be to hit very hard. So like when he's landed 2-3 shots, people are hitting him hard. fights very close with opponents. He's got 4 split decisions in his career, and he slows kind of down after like 2 rounds. He used to fight all the way up at 155 to 145. Now he's all the way down to 135, and he's been there for a while, and he looks good. But I think it catches up on him. He seems to slow pretty bad after 2 rounds. So, man, I'm not confident in this fight at all. They're both big bantamweights, too. They're both 5'10", if you see right there. They're both 5'10", and with a 70 and a 72-inch reach. So Brandon Davis has a 2-inch reach advantage. I'm going to take Mana Martinez because I think he has more one-shot knockout power. He actually has a lot of finishes. I believe he has 8 finishes in his career. So I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him to land the harder shots. I'm going to take him to get a decision, but just to land the harder shots throughout the fight. But Brandon Davis could take this if he can get some takedowns of his own. I'm going to stay away from this fight and have no bets on it. But I am going to take Mana Martinez just because I think this is going to be a close fight, but I think he lands the harder shots throughout the fight. So, yeah. Next fight is going to be in the men's flyweight division. We got CJ Vergara versus Tatsuro Taira. This is going to be a really good fight, man. 2 really good prospects, man. You got CJ Vergara, 10-3-1, sitting at plus 185. You got Tatsuro Taira, 11-0, currently sitting at minus 245. CJ Vergara, man, this dude's a junkyard dog. Always coming forward, always throwing punches, throwing kicks. He throws kicks with both legs, tearing up the inside and outside of your leg. You've seen against Klitzen Rodriguez. This very tough. He works the body really well, too. I like that. He hurt Klitzen in the second round to the body and almost got the finish. Followed him to the ground, landed some little bit of ground and pound, but wasn't able to get him out of there. Excellent forward pressure and pace. Really fast inside and outside leg kicks. Like I said, he's got really good boxing with really fast hands, man. Excellent left hand, jab, check hook, and hook to the body. Very powerful body kicks and knees to the body. You've seen against Rodriguez when he dropped him. He dropped Bruno Correa on the Contender Series really quick with knees to the body out of the clinch. Very tough, very durable with great cardio, well-rounded. He's going to scrap and fight you to the very end. Suspect takedown defense. That's what I don't like about him, man. He can be taken down. He's usually got a pretty good get-up game, but Taira here is going to have some really good jiu-jitsu with his takedowns. But he's very hittable, and for some reason against Ode Osborne, he was a little lower output than he usually is, but I don't expect him to do that in this fight. I expect him to be a lot more on it like he was against Rodriguez. Tatsuro, man, I really like this kid. This kid is good, dude. Good wrestling with good body lock takedowns, really good pressure with his clinch on people up against the cage. He's got really good striking, too. He's got really good technical boxing, straight punches. Seen him drop a couple people on the regional scene. Seen him drop Candelara in his last fight. He's got excellent BJJ. He's got 5 subs with 3 different kinds of chokes. Nice, fast, powerful leg, body, and head kicks. Like, this kid's a really good prospect for B. You see right there, he's only 22 years old. Very, very, very good prospect. I see that that he's just well-rounded. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking, everything seems good with this kid. 20-0, including his amateurs with 8 pro. He's got 8 pro finishes already out of his 11 fights. Excellent top control with excellent ground and pound and elbows. You've seen he's got good cardio. Seen against Candelaria, he really took over in that 3rd round, showed excellent cardio and ground and pound. And for that reason, I'm going to take him by decision. I watched some more of his regional scene fights and his fights to see if his cardio held up, because if you don't got good cardio, CJ Vergara is definitely going to take advantage of you. But nope, his cardio held up. He looked really good, really strong in that 3rd round in his last fight against Candelaria. Give me Tatsuro by decision, hard-fought decision, because he had a hard fight with Candelaria, but he was able to pull it off in the end. And I think that Vergara, is even better. I mean, I think he won all 3 rounds against Candelaria, but I think Vergara's a little tougher, so it's going to be a really good fight. But yeah, no bets on that fight at all, man. But I think it should be a really excellent fight to watch as a fan against 2 young prospects. But give me Tatsuro. Next fight is in the women's strawweight division. We got Piera Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes. Piera Rodriguez is 8-0, currently sitting at minus 190. Sam Hughes is 7-4, currently sitting at plus 150. And Piera Rodriguez, man, I like her. I like this girl as a prospect. She's got really nice boxing with really fast, powerful hands. She throws in combos. When she throws, she'll throw 3 to 5 strikes, 3 to 5 punches in a row. She's got powerful leg kicks and body kicks when used, but she really don't use them too much. She's really more of a boxer, But when she does use them, they're super powerful. Pretty good clinch with clinch strikes, knees, elbows, punches. Pretty good BJJ and ground and pound. She had showed pretty good ground stuff against Kay Hansen last fight. She was taken down and controlled in the first round, but she was able to get her own takedowns in the second and third. Decent wrestling when she uses it over her own, offensive and defensive. She starts her fight slow in the first round. She usually lets her opponents get going in that first round on her, and then she'll come back like she did with Kay Hansen. She'll come back in that second and third strong, but slow starter for some reason. She can be taken down because she can get stuck on her back like against Kay Hansen. So she definitely needs to work on that. And sometimes even against Kay Hansen, she was low output at times it really won that fight because of her grappling. And that Kay Hansen slows down. Sam Hughes, she's been looking good in her last two fights. She's been looking really good. She's got a really good jab. She really likes to pump that jab out there. Ever since she moved down to Fortis MMA, her whole game has just gotten so much better. She looks like a better fighter with a better mental. She's got good body lock takedown. She has pretty good pace and pressure. Really nice ground and pound. When she gets on top, you've seen against Nunes, you've seen against Elise Reed, that when she gets on top, her ground and pound's top notch, landing elbows, really hurting girls down there. Elise Reed, she finished her. She had no answer for what Sam Hughes was doing to her on the ground. She's got really nice top control and transitions when she can get to the ground. She's very tough, very gritty, and gets stronger as the fight goes. I really love that about her, man. If she's in a 5-round fight, she'd be able to really do something more than she already is. Like I said, she's been improving every fight since going to Fortis. I love that about her. Her striking is very basic, though. She does not have the best striking. She does like to pump that jab out there, throw a right hand behind it here and there, but not the best stand up. She can be froze a little with combos, like if the girls start taking off on her. That's the only other thing I don't like in this fight. It does seem like she gets stuck just watching the combos come at her, and she starts off slow in the first round too. So this is going to be a really close fight because the Piera Rodriguez versus Kay Hansen was a super close fight, and Pierre just won it by in the last 2 minutes of the third round when she was able to reverse the takedown and get on top. And I think that Sam Hughes at this point is better than Kay Hansen. She's going to be, you see right there, she's going to have Sam Hughes is going to have 2 inches of height and 1.5 inches of reach, so she's going to be the bigger girl in this fight. And I think that she can maybe win that first round and then sneak out something in that third round where Pierre maybe starts slowing down, or anytime that Sam Hughes can get on top, I believe she'll be able to hold Pierre down for that whole round. I'm going to go with the underdog here, man. I'm going to go with Sam Hughes by decision. I see she's sitting at plus 170. I haven't been betting women's MMA lately, but I might take a stab, 1 unit to win 1.7, man, if it stays at that line, because I think this fight should be like almost a pick 'em. Especially after that last fight with Kay Hansen. I don't know how that gives anybody a lot of faith that she's just going to go out there and really beat up Sam Hughes. So give me Sam Hughes by decision. No bets yet, but we'll see what's going on. All right. Next fight is in the men's light heavyweight division. We have Misha Cirkonov versus Alonzo Menifield. And this is going to be a quick, crazy fight, in my opinion. We got Misha Cirkonov coming back up to light heavyweight. He was down at 205, or he was down at 185 for the last couple fights. He has decent power striking. He has pretty good wrestling. He has a really nice BJJ. He's just a very powerful guy, and he's good at rushing in with his combos, getting into the clinch and being able to take guys down. And he's good, but he's getting up there. He's getting up there in age. He's 35 years old. He cannot take a punch. He has 4 first round KO losses. He's been finished in his last 5 of 6 losses, all of them in under 1.5 rounds. Lost 2 first-round KOs in under 40 seconds and 1 in under 1:30. This guy cannot take a punch. He does not like to get hit, especially at light heavyweight and especially by big athletic dudes. Volkan Oezdemir, Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann, and Glover Teixeira were all able to get this guy out of there in the first round really easy. It's like a Jordan Wright, just kind of, I hate to say, but like a good hammer, terrible nail, terrible nail. He's missing his left tricep. From what I know, he had some nerve damage there, maybe from a car accident. So he has so much nerve damage that it actually atrophied so much that his power hand, his left hand, he doesn't have a tricep there no more. So that definitely does not help. And he has a terrible gas tank. He usually slows way down after 1 round. Alonzo Menifield, on the other hand, man, this dude is super explosive, super powerful, very explosive KO striking. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He has 11 finishes in under 1.5 rounds in his career out of 12 wins. He has excellent power in both hands, really powerful leg kicks, KO power in his straight and overhand right. He has KO power on his left hook. Everything he throws with bad intentions, and he's really, really, really athletic and powerful. He slows down a little bit after 1.5 rounds. He can be low output at times when he's fighting other big punchers, and he's very susceptible to left hook counters. As you've seen, Ovin St. Preux hit him with it. He got hit with one of them by William Knight, so he's got to watch for that. But man, this is Menifield all day. With everything that I just told you, with Misha Cirkonov, he's been finished 4 times in the first round by KO. He's been finished 5 out of his last 6 losses in under 1.5 rounds. Alonzo Menifield, 11 first-round finishes, man. This fight's going to be finished in the first round. It's going to be finished in the first round by Alonzo Menifield, either standing KO or ground TKO. And this is my lock of the card. I bet the under 1.5 rounds. It blows my mind. I got it at minus 105. The under 1.5 rounds on this fight with them stats I just gave you tells you that this is going to end in the first round. That line should be minus 225. I got it at minus 105, so I put 2.65 units to win 2.5 units, which is a pretty big bet for this. And I'm 100% faith that this happens. I have 100% faith that in the first 3 exchanges or 4 exchanges these guys have, that Menifield will drop him and finish him, just like Ryan Spann did. Go watch Ryan Spann, Johnny Walker, Volkan Oezdemir. They hit this guy one time, and he does not want to fight these big dudes. So yeah, he's going to get a rude awakening back at 225. And then I'm thinking about throwing Menifield in a parlay. I would like to probably parlay him and Victor Henry. I think that's a really good parlay, but nothing yet. But I do got the under 1.5 bet. So I love that, man. I think that that's one of my locks. I don't think the Menifield loses this fight any way possible. I think that he finishes Cirkonov in that first round pretty easy. I mean, that line at minus 105 should be minus 225. I'm telling you. So next fight is going to be in at the 125 at flyweight. We got Askarov versus Brandon Royval. This is going to be a great scrap. This is my favorite fight that I want to watch on this card, to be honest. I think this is going to be the best fight. We got Askarov, who's 14-1-1, currently sitting at minus 245. We got versus Brandon Royval, who's 14-6, currently sitting at plus 190. And this is going to be a fun scrap, man. Both these dudes are so talented. Both these dudes are very dangerous, very good fighters. Askarov, excellent wrestling, Dagestani guy. And he's got all kinds of accolades from Dagestan for wrestling, for MMA, everything. This dude is excellent, well-rounded fighter. Excellent BJJ in control. He was able to control Marino and Pantoja, which is saying a lot. I watched both of them fights. I watched about 3-4 of his fights again for this tape, man. And I wanted to see how he was handling Marino and Pantoja. Did fine with their jiu-jitsu, held them down, was able to beat them up. And both them guys was able to do that to Brandon Royval. But I mean, this is a way different fight. But he works really good double legs and body lock takedowns, very powerful leg and body kicks when he throws them. He actually has really good striking for a Dagestani wrestler, to be honest. If you watch his fight with Joseph Benavidez, man, he was beating him up, standing up, and he was taking him down, slamming him. Really nice lead. He was throwing this lead leg push kick right to the body, man. It was awesome. It was just a front kick right to the body with his lead leg, quick, powerful, really good at taking the back, and his really nice ground and pound. He has really nice jiu-jitsu too to go with his wrestling. He doesn't have one-shot KO power. That's the only thing I really, really don't like about him. And he can't hear. He can't really take advice from his coach. So his game plan is just kind of like, it is what you hear. You know what I mean? Like, or what his coach has already told him before he went in the fight. Because I think he's like 90 to 95% can't hear. So he's just, fighting on instinct in there. And that sucks, man, because I wish he could take some coaching. Brandon Royval, dude, really good, but crazy wild Muay Thai, man. This dude throws strikes from everywhere. He throws power from everywhere. I love this kid, man. Excellent BJJ and scrambles. Really nice, powerful kicks to legs, body, and head from every angle. He's really long, he's really long and tall, and his kicks come from everywhere. He's got really nice knees in the clinch because he's so tall. Really crazy pace and pressure and volume striking, man. He just really puts it on guys and overwhelms them. He throws wild kicks, knees, and punches from crazy angles. He's finished 12 of his 14 wins, man. This guy, like I said, he puts a pace, pressure on people. Excellent scrambles on the ground, and he's got 9 submissions out of his 14 wins, and a couple of them are from club and stuff because he's beating guys up on the standing up like Kai Car France and them, and then subs them. But He's got terrible takedown defense, man. He gets dropped a lot in his fights. He got dropped by Matt Schnell, got dropped by Kai Car France. Like he's been dropped a lot in his fights. He overswings, and that's how he gets taken down a lot. Like he'll overswing right into a body lock takedown, and that's going to hurt him here because Askarov's going to definitely take them body lock takedowns and slam him, dude. He was slamming Joe Benavidez like crazy, and he can be overwhelmed by strong grapplers. I watched Bontarine was able to control him for almost all 3 rounds. Moreno out grappled him till he hurt his shoulder and was ground and pounding him, just out grappled him bad. And Pantoja out grappled him pretty good. He was scrambling pretty good with Pantoja, but by that second round, I don't know if he got tired, what happened, but he gave up that rear naked choke. So I'm going to take Askarov here. I'm going to take him by decision. I think he uses a lot of that wrestling and a lot of that defensive jiu-jitsu to keep this fight on the ground. And anytime it's standing, though, it's going to be scary because Royval is super dangerous. So I just stayed away from this fight. I'm going to watch this fight as a fan. But give me Askarov by decision. But that's a very, very big price. The higher Brandon Royval gets up, the more you want to look at him because he's really live here. If you go watch him fight Pantoja, man, he was putting a pressure and pace on Pantoja, was kind of beating him up at the end of that first round. But then, like I said, he came out in the second round, and Pantoja looked gassed. He took a wild shot that was terrible, looked terrible, got up, but then Royval just overswung right into a body lock takedown, and then from there, Pantoja took the back and was finished him. But yeah, I'm going to take Askarov by decision, but man, it's going to be a really good, sweaty fight. I'm just going to watch that one as a fan. Here we are to the co-main event. We got Jonathan Martinez versus Cub Swanson. Jonathan Martinez 16-4, currently sitting at -210. Cub Swanson is 28-12, currently sitting at +160. Jonathan Martinez, man, good leg kicks. Excellent Muay Thai striking out of Factory X. He's got excellent leg kicks that are fast and powerful, and he's beating up the inside and outside of your legs, but really likes to hit you with his left leg kick, and it's just so powerful and fast. Really fast hands with really nice pop and a straight left. Seen him drop Davey Grant. Good power. He's dropped a couple people. He's got really fast hands, though. He's got really fast hands with nice pop and a straight left. He's shown really nice cardio. He's shown really good takedown defense, man. I was really impressed. I watched this fight again with Lavishvili, not Devalishvili, but Lavishvili. And yeah, man, he stopped every takedown he tried. I've seen him. He stopped pretty much every takedown in every fight. I think maybe Vince Morales might have got a takedown late in that third round when he was putting a ton of pressure on him. But really good takedown defense. Really nice front kicks to the body. Really nice to the body. He's got a powerful left head kick too, man. Super fast. Everything he does is fast, crisp, and technical, man. Only been finished one time in his 20 fights, and that was to Davey Grant, who, crazy left hook Larry, man. He's been dropped in some of his fights, though, man. I watched Perez drop him, watched Grant drop him. He's been dropped in a couple other fights, but usually pretty durable and gets up. He can be low output at times. Fights kind of close with opponents. He's a seven decisions in the UFC, win or loss, and he's just fighting real close with most opponents because he don't throw too many combos. He's like, going point fighting almost shot for shot, but hits you with them powerful leg kicks. I like him, man. He's a good prospect, he's a good prospect, but I think he's been fighting. He's been pretty big for his division too. He's been pretty big, a lot bigger than most of his opponents. Not like he's huge, but he's been like, a couple inches taller at bantamweight, being 5'8" with the 69.5-inch reach. But he's fighting Cub Swanson this time. Cub Swanson's the same size as him with a half-inch reach advantage. You see there, both 5'8". Cub Swanson's got the 70-inch reach. Cub Swanson, dude, very, very, very well-rounded veteran of this game. I've been watching this dude fight since WEC, man. I believe he's fighting King of the Cage too back in the day. But just very well-rounded veteran, excellent boxing with fast hands and combos, excellent power in his right hand. You've seen him picking Pineda apart when Pineda was hitting him with them crazy, powerful leg kicks. Cub Swanson was boxing him up, man. His boxing is phenomenal. To be honest, Cub Swanson's boxing is phenomenal. He throws with power, good at switching stances and keeping his boxing going. Really good BJJ and scrambles. He's a black belt. He's been subbed a couple times, but then we're like more club and subs, good at pressuring guys with pace and pressure. Very, very tough. And he's mean in that cage. You've seen against Pineda, super mean. You've seen against Darren Elkins, man. The dude's still got it. The dude is still tough and mean. He's been finished 8 times in his career, though. He's been fighting forever. He's been subbed 6 times. Like I said, a lot of them are club and sub types, though. He's almost 39 years old. Tends to get subbed when he's hurt, and he's susceptible to leg kicks. Like I said, Pineda was beating him up with them leg kicks, but he started getting the timing to it and started piecing him up with boxing and made him stop them leg kicks. So that was something I was looking at in this fight, But Yeah, I'm taking the underdog. I'm going to take Cub Swanson here. I like Jonathan Martinez, but I'm not like super impressed with him. I think if Cub Swanson, all he's got to do is really watch out for them leg kicks, be able to stop the leg kicks. With the best way to stop a leg kick is to come forward with strikes when they're throwing that leg kicks. It's hard to have good defense when you're throwing leg kicks. So yeah, man, give me Swanson. I've seen Martinez get dropped enough times, and the Cup Swanson can definitely hurt him. This is in the small cage at the apex, so Jonathan Martinez ain't going to be able to dance around using a ton of the cage and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I don't got no bet on this fight either way, but I am going to take Cup Swanson. I think that this dude is at his level that he can be even at this stage in his career, and he's going to have the grappling advantage if he can get this fight to the ground too. So I'm going to take the more well-rounded guy. No bet. We are to the main event in the women's flyweight division. We got Alexa Grasso versus Vivian Araujo. Alexa Grasso is 14-3, currently sitting at -210. Let me get to the thing. I'm sorry, I'm new at this the Tapology thing, but I also want you guys to let me know if you think I should keep doing this or if you want me to do it my old way where it's just my picture on here. But I had a couple people say they wanted me to try this, so I'll do it. Alexa Grasso, man, excellent boxing, excellent straight right hand and left hook combo. Like, her boxing is super crisp. She's looked great at 125 since moving up to in all three of her fights there. She's shown to be really strong in the clinch, with actually pretty good takedowns and takedown defense at 125. You've seen against Macy Barber, she was actually taking her down, and her jiu-jitsu was phenomenal. She got a sweep in there. She almost finished Barber 2 times with the arm triangle and an arm bar. Then you seen her last fight with Calderwood, where she finished her too with the rear naked choke. I mean, she used to be kind of one-dimensional with just the boxing, but now, man, she added a ground game for sure. She's got really good head movement and striking defense standing, which I think is going to help her a lot in this fight. Really nice elbows and knees in the clinch. I was really surprised at how good her clinch has gotten, man, at 125, to be honest. She showed excellent BJJ, like I said, against Calderwood and Barber up here at 125, but she's evolving. She's 29 years old, and she's been in this sport for a while, and it's all catching up to her right now. She can be a little hittable, seen against Calderwood, she got hit a little bit, and you seen against Barber, she was getting pieced up a little bit at times, but man, Macy Barber's tough as hell. Like I said, though, she used to be one-dimensional in boxing, but added a lot to her game. I really like her game now. Vivian Araujo, she's 11-3, pretty fast, explosive striking. She does have really good striking. She's got pretty good wrestling in BJJ. You've seen her last fight with Andrea Lee, but Andrea Lee has terrible takedown defense. Really educated left hand that she uses her jab and her hook with, and she's got pretty good power in it. And then her right hand that comes behind it's got really good power. She's got a very powerful and fast straight right and overhand right that hurts girls. She stung Jessica I. She lost that fight, but she did sting her in the first round. She finished Bernardo in her first fight in the UFC. She's got good power, man. Always faster and more explosive than her opponents. In every fight that I've seen, she's very fast and explosive. She's 1 month from 36 years old, though, and that's a big red flag in this fight, especially because she's always kind of had cardio issues. She never just gives up from the cardio, but she slows way down because she's very explosive. She usually slows down after 2 rounds because she's so explosive, throws explosion in everything she does, grappling, wrestling, striking. This is the first time for a 5-round fight, and that's why I'm really favoring Alexa Grasso here. I think Alexa Grasso, it's going to be close in the first 3 rounds, but I think Grasso can get at least 1 or 2 of them, probably more. But by that 4th and 5th, I expect her 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I expect her to really start taking over. You've seen Araujo slow down bad against Montana De La Rosa, and Montana De La Rosa was kind of piecing her up in the 3rd round. And I think Alexa Grasso would really beat up Montana De La Rosa. So this is going to be a good scrap. I think it'll be a very good fight for them first 2 rounds, but I expect Grasso to start taking over in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And I'm actually going to pick Grasso to get a 5th round submission. I think that once Araujo wears out so bad, if Grasso can actually take her to the ground, she can get a sub. She subbed Calderwood pretty easy and almost sub Barber. So I'm going to take Alexa Grasso by 5th round sub. I bet her. I got her at -180. I have 3.6 units to win 2 units, and I'm really confident in her. I think she's going to keep climbing up the ladder and possibly get her a title fight here soon at 125. So, yeah, give me Alexa Grasso. 3 bets that I have in so far. I have Jacob Malkoun, 1.85 units to win 2.5 units, and I really like that bet. I have Alexa Grasso, 3.6 units to win 2 units, and like I said, I really expect her to get this win over the 36-year-old Vivian Araujo, about to be 36-year-old Vivian Araujo, and I expect her to climb up the ladder. Third bet so far is Alonzo Menifield under 1.5 rounds, and I really love this bet. I think that he's going to get him out of there really quick within the first 2 minutes at minus 105. That's my lock of the card. I bet it big, so everybody, you should look at that one too. But thank you everybody for showing up. Look out for our live show on Wednesday night, and look out for my new After the Weigh-In show that I'm going to do. I'm going to come up with a cool name on Friday, and come hang out and talk with us and talk anything MMA. So appreciate you guys coming out. If I don't see you again before the fights, good luck everybody.